We have it at 6 o'clock in the eye. And you know what that means. It means it's time to smile, whether you were before or no. Good morning. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. Guess what? It is morning time. Time for you to get up. There's a day ahead that you have got to take on. We call it Tuesday, and it is the 20th of November. That's right. We're almost at the end of the 11th month of the year. For those of us looking forward to Christmas, it's getting there. Lights going up in the mall and beginning to feel a little more like we're approaching that time. We are so happy to have you wherever in the world you are watching us right now, whether you're watching us on TV, right here on TVJ, or if you tuned in anywhere around the world through technology, which has made this such a fantastically accessible show. One Spot Media is there if you're watching. TelevisionJamaica.com is also there. And if you can't watch a full show, then Jody Dodi has it under control because she's on all the social platforms posting the segments that you want to see. It's almost like there's some people who tell me we don't get to watch a show, but we feel like we watch the whole show because Instagram has everything. So if you're watching on any of those platforms or you linked with us on any of the platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, yeah, then good morning and thank you very much for joining us. Hang in there until my co-host is here this morning, Dahlia. Hope you're good and on your way. So let me give you an idea of what's coming up on the show this morning. Is that Christmas music? It is Christmas music. Oh, for Christmas, about time. Jody, when do we start the countdown for Christmas? Is it December? I guess I'll wait. In the meantime, you can turn that up a little bit. In case you don't want to get up this morning. It's one of my favorite Mariah's. I don't want a lot for Christmas. All right. Here we go, guys. Here's us on the show this morning. No more long waiting. Find out how the government has improved the process of getting a divorce. How many times have we heard that? Hopefully, we'll see if something is really happening there. And it is a marriage of flavors when the Taste of Jamaica folks stop by to add some color to our taste buds. And she's adding color to your space. The design diva is sprucing up homes for the holidays and helping us to fix the problems that we may run into. The running events man himself, Alfred Frano Francis. I don't know when Frano takes a break, like he's back this morning, this time with the Reggae Marathon, so get your running shoes ready. That one anticipated by locals and folks from all over the world who come down specifically for that marathon and half marathon. So big ups to Frano and his running events team for that. And how about some shoe hacks? Yes, please. Our producer found a few that are a must share. We're going to focus on that a little later on. Then we're going to get in focus when we touch on a bit of photography and discover more about art. But first, discovering you. That is the latest to read on the shelf. Let me take off this tape off of it. I'm so proud of this young lady. Carrie-Ann Toms, she used to be Louis. Kiki stops by to talk about her first pen to paper, all that and more right after our hot topics. And say good morning to Kiki and all the young ladies and young men in Jamaica who are actually writing and putting out books in the last couple of months. It's just very inspiring to watch. Crystal Tomlinson has done one. I know Debbie Bissoon has one coming out. I saw Naomi Garrick post that she has one coming out as well. So it's a very exciting time for young people in Jamaica to be writing. All right, that said, let's head right in to our hot topics. So here we go. Taxi operators oppose new road traffic bill. Opposition spokesman on transport, Michael Phillips, is calling for Transport Minister Robert Montague to meet with taxi operators to discuss their concerns about provisions in the proposed road traffic bill. He made the call following a protest by the operators in the corporate area yesterday, which apparently left scores of commuters stranded. The operators are upset about a provision in the bill which will make them liable for offenses committed by the drivers of their vehicles. Okay, so the taxi operators are upset about a provision in the bill which will make them liable for offenses committed by the drivers of their vehicles. I'm trying to figure out if you have somebody who's operating a vehicle on your behalf and something happened with the vehicle, who are you going to hold liable? Is it the person who's driving the vehicle, or is it the person who owns the vehicle? The driver? I'm not sure. Yeah, but you're driving on behalf of... Okay, so obviously this is a very interesting discussion. Mr. Phillips said the opposition had warned that public education was needed regarding the bill. We shouldn't wait until the act comes into law, he said, then to start rolling out that program. So we're calling on the minister himself to at least address the issues and the concerns that the sector itself has, and also to at least give some indication of what the future of the transport sector is. Mr. Phillips said some of the concerns of the transport operators appear to stem from a misunderstanding of the changes to the road traffic laws. Quote, the amendments that came to the House of Representatives had to do with the electronic surveillance, and that the owner of the vehicle would be ticketed at that point in time and not the driver, because the surveillance is not going to be able to detect the face of the driver. To my mind, that kind of makes sense. I don't know if it's me alone. Marvin, if somebody's driving your car and has an accident, right? You have to go take it up with the driver, but the person who had the accident with the person driving your car is going to have to take it up with you. All right. Okay. It does. It does. Person said the driver don't have a thing to give you. You have insurance on your car. He's driving your car, so you were supposed to have the right insurance. It's obviously going to be a very interesting debate and discussion because it's already started on the floor in here. Anyway, in the meantime, the taxi operators say they are going to stay off the job if the authorities don't remove that provision in the road traffic bill. As I said before, Monday's protest left commuters stranded and forced others to seek alternative means of transportation. So many traffic woes everywhere you take it. Maka seems to be juking us in terms of traffic. If it's not too much traffic, it's too little taxis, it's buses is an issue. Oh boy. All right. Well, we certainly hope this is sorted and sorted quickly, because people need to be able to move around, especially as we approach one of the busiest seasons of the year. Speaking of buses, right? I heard about this. I haven't seen it. So let me see it. Tamaya, run the tape. Let me see if something could really go so. Do we have the tape? We do? Okay, wow. Wow. In this edition of Jamaica is not a real place. Jamaica is not a real place. I've seen people hanging out of bus windows. I've never seen people sitting atop the buses. That bus is en route to the JLP conference that was held on the weekend. I heard a story. I saw somebody tweet about driving along the road and seeing supporters on the top of the buses. I'm just seeing it for myself. I don't know what to say. I don't have nothing to say. I don't have a thing to say, except that I have something to say. There was a man who died one year. I think he was hanging out of the side and could have been a limb from a tree. Something took him from that bus and he was no more. This is something that party leaders have been promising to speak to their supporters about and to try to stamp out. But what you do on top of a bus? That I'm trying to understand. Like, the bus has seats though. You can all celebrate inside the bus. I understand that conference time is a time of excitement, but is it really worth? I mean, I've seen Spider-Man do that, but he's Spider-Man. You know, if you fall off, you can just do a thing. And you're not Spider-Man. You are a human being. Human beings fall from tops of buses. Usually they do not live. And that just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't matter how much you get caught up in the euphoria and the excitement of conference. What you do on top of a bus? What are you doing on top of the bus? I don't understand it. We're asking again. Obviously, people have choice. But for the people who are in control, the people who are leading these parties, can you please let your supporters know? That's not a sensible thing to do. They have families at home. You have families at home. You have friends who would really love to see you throughout the rest of this year and beyond. That, not smart. Not smart. All right. Further afield, we're heading to Chicago now, where this is a very tragic story. 4 people have died in a shooting at a Chicago hospital, including 2 female members of staff and a police officer, as well as the gunman himself. The 2 women killed were a doctor and a pharmaceutical assistant. This was confirmed by the mayor of Chicago, Mayor Rahm Emanuel. Chicago has had an issue with violence for years. Apparently this is still playing out. A police spokesman said the gunman had died in an exchange of shots, but it's not clear if he actually took his own life. A second officer avoided injury after a bullet fired in his direction became lodged in his gun. My word. And this is at Mercy Hospital. This is a big hospital in Chicago. It's happened at Mercy Hospital on Monday. Police say it started with a row in the car park between people who knew each other. The gunman first shot the woman he apparently knew. Then he headed inside the building, closely followed by several police officers. More shots were fired, apparently at random. This man was just on a rampage. Mercy Hospital was quickly evacuated during the incident as armed police descended on the scene, and the hospital later confirmed that police were able to secure the area, ensuring, and I'm sure saving the life of dozens of their patients. My God, gun violence in the US is just, it is ridiculous. It's out of control, completely out of control. I can hear Earl Moxham in my head as I speaking about laws and ways to keep folks safe there. But this is really a tragic situation. Our hearts go out to the folks in Chicago who have gone through this so close to the holiday period. I mean, Christmas is on its way, but even before that, I think next week Americans celebrate Thanksgiving, and to have all of these shootings just happening all over the place, terrible, terrible situation. All right, let's end it on a higher note now, please. No people on buses and hospitals being shot up. This one is good news for Jamaicans. We can celebrate a Jamaican who's landed a high ranking in Fortune magazine. The most recent ranking by Fortune has shown that Anne-Marie Campbell is the 16th most powerful woman in the world for 2018. And guess where she come from, everybody? Guess where she come from? The Rock, right here. Campbell is the executive vice president at the Home Depot stores. This means she is in charge of approximately 2,000 stores in the United States, and she credits this success to her Jamaican heritage. I think it starts with foundational aspects of my life, she said. I went to a great school in Jamaica, Holy Childhood High, big up Holy Childhood, and I also boarded, so I think that structural discipline was very helpful as you think about the formative years of my life. Other persons on this list, by the way, let me just contextualize it for you to show you how big a deal this is. Oprah Winfrey is on this list. Chief Operating Officer of Facebook, Sheryl Sandberg, is on this list. President and CEO of Lockheed Martin, Marilyn Houston, is on that list. So it's a very, very good look for her and a good look for Jamaica. She said she had to overcome issues such as gender and being an immigrant, but she did it with resilience and determination, which is usually how we Jamaicans do it. Your career is like a road. I'm quoting her now. You're going to have speed bumps. You're going to have potholes. And I certainly had many of those throughout my career. The industry that I have been successful in is a very male-dominated industry, and therefore a lot of things were questioned earlier in my career. People questioned my capabilities and abilities. There were a lot of people who supported. But when you are in a male-dominated environment, there are a lot of things that people think you cannot do because you're a woman. I'm an immigrant as well, so things like accent used to be an issue, but not anymore. Anne Marie Campbell, congratulations to you. Your family and friends in Jamaica must be so excited for you. I know Holy Childhood for sure is cheering this morning. One of their own from their alma mater has achieved such a fantastic ranking. 16th most powerful woman in the world, according to Fortune magazine. Huge honor. All right, so it's November 20. Nephew not side of me, so one bag of birthday not here. And they usually have a whole list as well, and she's not here right now either. So I'm just gonna wish everybody who's celebrating a birthday today, Tuesday, November 20, until Dales gets here with her list. Happy birthday to you guys. I hope you have a fantastically amazing day with loads to smile about. Here are some of the folks who are having birthdays today.